Hello and welcome. This is James Maduke speaking, and you're watching another session from teachonline.io and trainingsites.io. If you haven't had a chance to see any of these before, what we do is we do a live session, go over a couple things that we picked up on YouTube before, and apply them to people who are wanting to either create and distribute courses online or teach online, or in fact want to create courses to sell online on their own membership sites and their own learning campuses and be able to market them and build an education business. So today what I want to do is, I'm not sure how long this is going to go. So this is live, obviously. We'll be putting all of the notes and stuff that we're talking about in the comments below if you're watching this after the fact. What's happening today is I want to talk about all of this stuff with artificial intelligence. And why is that? Well, the thing is that unless you've been living under a tree, you've been you've been hearing all of this stuff about ChatGTP. And I wanted to take a look at actually what it is for course creators, why it's important, and why it's just the beginning of some changes that are happening in the online marketing space, but also in the content creation space. And if you think about it, like if you're as old as I am, chronically and follically challenged, when we first started out, there was content creation really meant writing stuff down, and you were pretty cool if you had audio on a blog post, for example, or if you were able to record your voice. So in the past, there was a lot of work put together in terms of creating content and coming up with the ideas. And while artificial intelligence and AI and ChatGTP, all these tools you're hearing about, these are just supplemental ways to hurry up the creation of content after you still come up with the ideas. The thing that's kind of nice is they help you come up with ideas and allow you to have a footing around particular topics or some outlines around topics that may guide you in a little bit of a different direction that you would have taken before. And the fact is, it happens very quickly. So just to give you an idea of the stats that I've seen, I think Facebook, and again, I don't know how accurate these are, I'm just going from memory. I think Facebook, took a year and a half or 2 years to go to 1 million subscribers. Just to give you an idea, ChatGTP went in 6 days is what I read. So things are happening much quicker. And ChatGTP, you'll see, if you're on YouTube, if you're reading blog posts in the news, you're going to see this term ChatGTP. And ChatGTP is only one tool that is based on OpenAI, which is I think it's open, an open interface to this whole artificial intelligence engine. So it's just one conduit or one way into it. And ChatGTP is a conversational artificial intelligence tool. So you basically speak to it through text, and it gives you content back through text. And that's what we see most of. There's obviously other applications for it and other ways to interact with it, but it is a conversational tool. And if you've been watching again any of the videos on YouTube or reading, and you're going to see that there's a whole bunch of great information coming out about how to use that one tool, ChatGTP. And it's all about the prompt. So how do you structure the questions you ask it? When the way that you do that actually determines the quality of the answers that you get back. So if you ask really crappy questions or poorly worded questions, or you try and talk to it in ways that are not, that it doesn't understand, well, you're going to get really bad information back. And when I say bad, I mean information that isn't necessarily usable for you as you're creating your courses or marketing your courses or building the content around your teaching and education business. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through, I'm going to share my screen here in a second, but what I want to do is I want to go through a couple different examples of artificial intelligence tools other than ChatGTP and compare them to ChatGTP so that you can see the big difference to them. And this is kind of as a starting point here. This is what I think is going to happen, and what we're starting to see already is you have this idea where ChatGTP is the be all and end all, and that's all you hear about it in the news is ChatGTP, ChatGTP. There are hundreds of tools now that are specific kinds of AI tools that target specific niches or remove the need for the prompts that we all have to come up with ChatGTP. So ChatGTP is this big, 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 broad opportunity to interact with an AI tool, but you're finding individual sites or services that remove the need for us as users of artificial intelligence or AI stuff. It removes the need for us to come up with the prompts. And this is going to speed things up specifically for us as course creators or content creators, because half of the problem when you start using ChatGTP is you got to figure out, well, how do I put this in context so that I get back some content that makes sense to me? How do I structure the prompt, or what do I say to it? What do I type to it that gets me an answer back that I need? So there's specific tools that are coming out that take a little sliver of what ChatGTP does. And when you see the screens that I'm going to show you, what it's actually doing is it's removing the need for us to do prompts. And I think that is really, really important, because unless you're really, really skilled at this, which is probably a very small percentage of us, you got to have good prompts. And this is going to remove and speed things up for us as well. Now, the other thing that's happening too is you have to remember that while some of these tools are free, including ChatGTP right now, it's not going to be free. They're going to charge. They have to earn some money. The other stat that I saw is they're spending $1 million a day on infrastructure costs. And that just can't go on without generating some revenue. So, and that's just every time that you do a prompt at ChatGTP, or you ask it a question, or you converse with it, every single one is costing money. So the more people are in there, you've got 1 million subscribers in 6 days. I don't know how many are there today, but you've got all of these people doing prompts. It's costing a ton of money. So you're going to have to pay for it. Some of these smaller ones I'm showing you are just, in fact, that. They're more specific for a specific task, and you got to pay for them. So the other ones I'm going to show you, you pay for them, but they remove a whole bunch of the issues that the average user has using a tool like ChatGTP. So let's see if I can use my Stream Deck here and get my screen into the place that I want it to be, and hopefully we'll be able to share the screen for me here. There we go. And let's go to, let's see if I can get it to share the screen. Well, no, it's not working yet. So let's get on to, let's try this one now. Let's try this one. Let me go to, there we go. Let's see if I can get to the browser. And of course not. So let's do this manually instead. There we go. There's a screen, and let's see if I can get that up there. Perfect. Okay. So here we go. I've got some tabs open here across the top. You can see we've got right now, this one is across the top here. You can see this one is ChatGTP, this there. I've got another tool called Hello Scribe, and another tool called copy.ai. And the reason I'm showing this to you is, think of it from the perspective of a course creator or someone who's trying to create videos to teach someone something. So the things that I'm looking for is, for example, is how do I structure a course or perhaps a script for a course? And how can something like ChatGTP help me out? So I did some examples here. And again, these are just examples that have been done in the past. And if you look through, I'm scrolling through the screen here, for example, I asked it, for example, write 3 types of online courses to relate to these 3 learning types: the architect, the gardener, and the librarian. This is a short that I did, and what I did is 3 types of online courses, and I just went through and it spit out these 3 paragraphs that answered or gave me some text to explain those 3 learning types. And I then asked, I said, write a 60-second video script from these 3 examples. And it gave me the 4 paragraphs. And it was just an example of a script. If I wanted to have a script that I was using when I was creating the course, I could do that. And then I said, I'm creating an online course for coaches, consultants, speakers, and other subject matter experts who want to be able to create their own courses and sell them from their WordPress site. Create a course outline with sections, lessons, and topics. So here it laid out the complete lesson plan or the structure of a course for me. So it went through all of the different pieces. Now this removes a whole bunch of work from me. Now, is this the course I'm going to use? Not necessarily, but it gives me an outline to get started with. It gives me some ideas that can complement what I already know and do with the tool. So that's an example of one that we did. I asked it some more questions. I said, give me 10 reasons they would want to sell online courses. So goes through self-paced, easy to update, credibility, flexibility. So these are all reasons that people might want to have a course. List 25 questions an instructor should ask about creating online courses that they want to sell. So here's just a whole bunch of brainstorming that it's giving me some ideas, and it's actually the questions or the answers I'm getting back are based on the questions. Now, the nice thing is with this, obviously, is that it learns from me. If I'm talking about online courses in the previous questions, it's getting more specific and it's giving me content based on the area that we're conversing about. So it's smart in that respect, and I only got answers back based on the prompts that I gave it. So I had to ask it something or request something to get it back. So if you don't request anything that's helpful, you're not going to get back anything that's helpful. And this is just an example of one that was for course scripts, course outlines, what I was asking about. So another example of one that I just did is I was trying to get a blog post written, and I asked at the start, I said, act as a person suffering from back pain, wondering how a massage therapist can help alleviate their pain. Write a blog post. So I asked it to write a blog post that explains how hip mobility impacts everything you do and how stiffness affects walking, so on and so forth. So I asked it to give me a blog post, and I was more specific about what the blog post should be about. Now, I could have said, write 600 words, 1,000 words. I could have said, write a series of blog posts, but this is what I asked it. And it gave me 5 or 6 paragraphs here, 16 or 1,700 words for a blog post. Now, this is something I can start with. If I wanted to publish it, I could, but this speeds up my content creation for writing blog posts. Just to put this in perspective, I wrote articles for a year for Entrepreneur magazine, which in the early 2000s was the be-all and end-all magazine, a print magazine for entrepreneurs and small business owners. Sometimes it would take me somewhere like 5 to 6 hours to write a 1,500-word blog post. Why? Because it had to be perfect. I had to think through things. I had to have a proper structure, had to make sure that everything, the language patterns, everything were perfect with it because it was going into Entrepreneur magazine. This that gets spit out by ChatGTP doesn't necessarily do that. So it gives a good baseline to start, but we have to either give it another, and let's see if I'm still gonna say expand on this and see if it spits something out for us. I don't know if I'm still logged in. And ChatGPT is busy, but I can clarify things and continue to work with it based on the content that it's going. So there we go. It's starting to spit some stuff out. So it's expanding on it again. But again, this is all me having to give proper prompts. And as a content creator or as a marketer, this, in as much as it's fast, it takes time. And it's kind of hard for me because I have specific requests that I want as a course creator and specific requests as I want as a marketer. And on ChatGTP, I got to figure that stuff out and figure out how to do the questions or the prompts that are appropriate for me. So what's happened, and this is what we'll get into the next part here, is that there's a number of tools that take specific parts of ChatGTP and allow you to basically get rid of the prompts. And I'm going to show those to you right now. Sorry, I got a little something in mind. And you can see this is spitting it out more content. And again, this is something that can be used as a blog post or web content or wherever we want to do it. We've asked for a blog post or copy. This is what it's given us. If we'd asked for some headlines, or if we'd asked for an outline or some bullet points, it would have given us that. But again, we have to ask for it. So one of the things that we've done is we've purchased other AI tools that are more specific than ChatGTP because they relate specifically to marketing and copy creation. And here's one of the ones that we use. It's called Hello Scribe. And this one right here, we'll do one, open up another project here. We'll do another project and just name it a test project. And we're not going to put a website in, but on this one is specific for marketers, and it helps us out as a marketer. Now just take a look at some of the things that are included. Headline genus, brand messages, social media, question creators, creative writing, media pitch, first draft, copywriter, quote maker. And on the left-hand side here, you can see all of these different kinds of tools that are specific for marketers. And if I want to go and look at, for example, of let's do social media. If I open it up, now social media, instead of me having to say to ChatGTP, it says, write a series of captions for, this one has a form that we fill out, and basically it gives us a prompt. So there's 10 tools available in the social media generator. So captions, so I want a LinkedIn post. I want something for LinkedIn. I want a product announcement. I want a video description for my YouTube channel or a course that I'm creating. I want a viral hook or a Twitter post. So in this, I put a description in, and what would you like to create? So I just put in and say, I'll put generate a to build So I just said generate a description on how course creators can use AI to write course descriptions. And I can even give it a tone or a style. So I can, make it, we'll put friendly just because that's an example there. And I'm going to click generate. So what this is doing is this is removing the requirement for me to do a prompt in ChatGTP. It's giving me a form to fill in to walk me through it. So it gives me a whole bunch of different ones, and it allows me to save to notes, copy it, do whatever I need to do, and use it in my course. And you can see right now I think there's 60 or 70 tools. So brand message, for example, we've got positioning, editorial strategies. These are all things that are specific to marketers. So that's one that, this is a tool that we use. Again, all about marketing tools. Now, this one does not focus on writing blog posts or lesson content or more copy specific. So this one's about marketing. I've got another one here that I just opened up a test account. This one is called copy.ai. So if I take a look at a project, and we'll just do one and say, here's a blog post wizard. So this one is specific for writing blog posts or copy. And again, it removes the need for doing prompts that we would have to know and learn to get great content on ChatGTP. So this tool, this isn't a how-to tool on how to use this one, but what I wanted to show you is if you take a look at this, look at the templates we have. Blog post, an intro, outline, social media bias, a section of a blog post, knowledge base, testimonials, coupons, welcome emails. So this one is more about copy. And again, it removes all of that need for us to figure out the prompts. So this one's got a ton of different templates and or tools that we can use. For example, if you want to do an audience refiner, or if you want to do call to action in your website copy. Again, it's a simple form, and it's creating the prompts for us in the back end. Event copy, landing page hero text. So we can use this instead of us having to figure it out ourselves, or instead of us having to go to ChatGTP and get a good prompt. It's giving us these tools or templates to use to work all the way through it. So that's just an example of how the whole AI tools are being set. I think what's going to happen here, which is going to be interesting, is you're going to see you've got ChatGTP, which is this big, all popular one, and we're going to have right now. I think today there's hundreds of websites or tools that are taking slices of it. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to see it's going to be the big one. It's going to be thousands of small ones, and then we're going to see consolidation in the market. And the consolidation will be as either big companies pick up the smaller companies, or the companies that start charging are able to purchase the pieces that they need to basically offer the set of tools that are appropriate in a market. Whether it's video creating or web copy creating or taking text to images, there's different groupings of this artificial intelligence. So we're going to see that there's going to be consolidation in each of those. The other place we're seeing ChatGTP kind of stuff is built in directly into tools that you're already using that that are an accessory to a tool that you're using. Now, let me give you an example. On YouTube, one of the things that we run into is on YouTube, I'm doing a live session right now. Maybe I'm doing a recorded session a little bit later. So we're putting this all together, and I want to have a great title, or I want to have a great description for my YouTube video because I want to make sure that people actually see the video. So one of the things that we can do is, if you take a look at this, is I have a paid tool on my YouTube Studio account and on this account. And what it does is it helps me using artificial intelligence to do just that. It allows me, or it helps me create titles, descriptions. It even gives me ideas for YouTube videos to do based on what I'm actually doing on my own channel. So it's smart, it's learning from me, it's learning about the content I'm creating, and then it's enhancing it using artificial intelligence tools in the background. Now, the thing that's interesting with this one is it's not a separate website. It's actually built in to my YouTube Studio account. So let's take a look at this right now. So I did a video a little bit earlier about stay away from ChatGTP, 3 things I learned on YouTube last week, but I didn't get any title recommendations. And this tool is called vidIQ. Really great tool for YouTube creators, but also for course and content creators. But this one, it has a button here. It's added the button because I've purchased or have access to this AI tool now that works with the account. If I want some options on the title, I just click and it generates some. And it gives me a whole bunch of titles that they have used artificial intelligence on to come up with the ones that are they think will be the most successful on YouTube when people are searching for them. So 3 things I learned about avoiding ChatGPT. Uncover, where's it? Avoid detours, 3 critical YouTube covering. So I'll just use that one, or I can refresh it and it's going to give me some new ones, but it generate some of them. I don't have to use them, but it's there. So, and I'm not going to use any of these ones. Let me just see what happens. We'll use that one and it's going to change it. So I'm using it. Let's see what happens. The other one is the description. Again, there's a whole opportunity in writing YouTube descriptions, and this is exactly the same as a lesson. But if you put together a description based on the video and the content that's in the video, you can actually have an AI description generator. So you put in the keywords that you want to focus on in the description and that relate to the content of the video, and it's going to help create a description for you. You put them in, generate it, and it comes up with it. It even gives you the weighted, uh, the keyword volume based on the keywords that you put in there. Okay, so real great tools that are built into, so it's AI tools built into existing tools that you're using. There's one other one again, and you'll notice up on the top here, there's a little tool here. It says daily ideas. I'm just going to open it up. This one actually opens another complete screen, and it gives you daily ideas, and it tells you the view prediction. Okay, so it's actually telling us what videos we should consider making based on how popular it thinks they're going to be. Personalized ideas. These are all available, just giving us ideas, and we can either like them or just get rid of them. And the more that we interact with this, the more specific it's going to get to us. So that's just one example of allowing us to do faster work, more specific work using artificial intelligence tools or AI tools within an existing sort of software tool that we're using. So they have standalone tools, we have built-in tools, and I wanted to show you one other one just because it's kind of impertinent to course creators. Is there's actually one here called Tube Spanner, which is another one, and this one is specific for allowing someone who's creating YouTube videos, but also courses, course lessons, course modules, scripts, all of the stuff that goes around creating course content. It is an AI tool that is specific for YouTube videos that we can also use and to create our video content. So just to give you an example, here's one. Let's go to the dashboard, for example. I'll open this up, and again, it's making it very specific for us if we want to do video script templates. Let's open that one up. It's got a whole bunch of templates that are available to us, and this one is hundreds of AI-powered script templates. So it has a whole bunch of templates or lesson templates for us, or module templates for us. And I'm going to pick, and it says there's the argument script one, there's the blank script, the purpose, listicle template, basic arguments. So these are ones that are structured for us already and create scripts. Now I could go to ChatGTP and say, give me a listicle script for a video tutorial covering this, that, and the other thing. This tool automatically lets us, not automatically, provides a form that we have to fill in the form that replaces the prompts. So there's lots of tools available over and above ChatGTP. ChatGTP is just an interface to an AI tool. And what we're doing is we're picking the AI tools that are important to us to create content for courses. How are we going to market that course? How are we going to create copy for the course and the marketing of the course? And how are we going to create our courses and lessons and the topics in the easiest way? Simple stuff. I could use ChatGTP if I can log on. It's free now. It's going to cost money. Or I can use some of these smaller tools that are more specific to the task at hand. So here's my suggestion. Take a look. I'm going to put the listing of the ones that we're using here. There's hundreds of them. Find one that you're comfortable with, that has a structure that makes sense for you, ones that can fit into what you need to have help generating, and try and find one that makes sense financially. Now, I'm going to give you one caveat here. One of the things that I've run into is be very careful with the pricing on some of these, and I'll give you an example. I'll open this one up. This is Copy AI. I just opened up a trial account right now. Got 7 days up in the upper right-hand corner here. You got a 7-day free trial. Now, here's the thing that's interesting with a lot of these is when you look at the writer's block, it's got yearly and monthly. They're looking at $36 a month for Copy AI, and for month. If you pay yearly, if you pay monthly, It's $50 a month. That's $600 to have a copywriter for you. Now, one of the things just to be very careful on these is when you're looking at them, uh, notice how many words you're allowed to generate. A lot of the tools that I've looked at have a limit to the number of tools or number of words that you can generate during the month. So if you're going to create a course with 50 lessons or 5 courses with 50 lessons, and the text from each of those lessons or the work that you're going to do with them on the tool that you're using takes up over and above, they're going to charge you extra. The tools are the ones, the levels that we've been getting on pricing that we look at always have unlimited words. So just be very careful on that as well. The other thing is just when you're looking at these as well, multi-languages. Many of them are multi-languages now. If you do need to or want to make sure that your content is available in different languages, you can certainly do that and be in a position where you can actually leverage your existing content and make it available to a little bit of a different audience there. So those are just some examples of stuff with these scripts. Again, if you haven't had a chance yet to go back uh, to look at ChatGTP, open up a free account. It's a great place to play. It's a great place to learn what to do and what's possible. And at the end of the day, just remember it's about creating your courses. It's about creating your campus, your learning environment. It's about marketing your courses in campus, and it's about teaching people online. It's a huge opportunity for people to streamline and speed up our ability to create good content. And that's what it's all about when we're teaching online and putting it in a structure that people can consume, that they become engaged and actually learn a little bit more about what we know and what we do and how it can be applied to their unique situation. So I hope you enjoyed this session. How long did I go for? Not really sure here. Been blabbing on for a while now, but I want to thank you very much for joining me today. My name is James Maduke, and if you haven't yet clicked the subscribe button here, please do it. It helps the channel, of course, and we provide great content for you on a regular basis that you're welcome to. And if you are really serious about learning how to teach online, all of the tools are available, how to create courses, how to market your courses, or if you just want to market your lessons and courses and not charge for them, that's fine as well. Take a look at teachonline.io. It's free to join the community there, and there's lots more additional content. One of the other things is we do have an agency site where we actually do all of this for you because it can be overwhelming, and that's trainingsites.io. That's where we do it for you. Teachonline.io is where we teach you how to do it yourself. So take care. Expect the best. This is James speaking again, and we'll see you next time. And let's finish this up. There we go. I better finish it.